If I were to start talking about all the cricketing records that my guest here has, then the introduction would take longer than the entire interview, and I don't want to keep him waiting because it's enough to say that we are joined by Brian Lara. Brian, thanks so much for speaking to us. Nobody in India needs an introduction to your record, so like I said, I can afford to skip it. But big question right now is Sachin Tendulkar, like what, about 150 odd runs away from one of your big records. Are you keeping track of how much closer he's getting?
No, I think it's inevitable now that Sachin is such a great player. You know he's going to walk past it at some point in time. He's still very young, and I think he's still got a few more years in the game.
Right.
But it's not a bad thing if he has a couple, and I hold on to a couple as well. So we can go in tandem and enjoy our retirement when he does.
So, I mean, the highest test run aggregate is certainly going because, like I said, he's 150 runs odd away from that. But which one would you really like to hold on to? I mean, the 501 is probably going to stay for a really long time. Do you reckon that would be the one that stays the longest, or the 400?
I don't know. I hope both. It would be nice. But I think records are made to be broken, and the fact that the first person scored 400 runs in a cricket game, a test game, or 500 runs in a first-class game is good enough. And any young cricketer aspiring to get there, or do get there, I think it would be an excellent effort. And you just got to, spur people on. But I think records are there to be broken, and at some point in time, maybe the records that Sachin has, you see another young Indian or West Indian or someone else come out and surpass them.
Are you going to feel just a little bit upset if Sachin ends up with a World Cup win, because he's most certain to be playing 3 years from now when that World Cup happens? Is that going to be a little sore one if, I mean, not him or anybody for that matter, and say, that's one that I missed out on in my career?
I missed out on it, but I've enjoyed it. I mean, we did not do very well in, I think, the 4 World Cups that I've played, and got as far as maybe the semi-final in India in 1996. Of course, winning a World Cup is, a special occasion, but we got ICC Championship win in 2004, a couple of finals before and after that. So, in general, the fact that you've played for West Indies, enjoyed so many years traveling the world, meeting people, different cricketers, and creating friendship, I think that is really what it is all about, and that would always stay. There's nobody going to break those records. You're always going to have that sort of experience.
Right, and if Test cricket is what is the real cricket, then all your big records are in Test cricket, aren't there? But Brian, obviously it's, there's no prizes for guessing that with a record like that, you're obviously the biggest star of the Indian Cricket League, what we refer to as the Rebel League. But the big question is, are you in or out? Because, the feeling in the media is that there's considerable speculation that you're not quite in and you're more out than in.
Well, presently I'm out. I'm physically out. I've got a broken hand 6 weeks ago, which has not fully recovered. So I'm definitely not playing the ICL now that's going on presently. Still want to wish the guys all the best because it was a decent tournament last November, and I suppose the guys that are involved are trying to make it a success. So I just got to wish them well. But presently I'm out, and I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
But where is the cast? How broken is the hand?
Well, the cast normally lasts about 3 weeks, but they flew me over here to actually have an X-ray, so they did see the crack in my ulna. So I think it's legitimate.
But do you think there's reason for enough speculation that the kind of speculation that Brian Lara signed up in a hurry, then just didn't seem interested? Because last edition, obviously when you made 31 runs at a grand average of 6, the whole feeling was Brian Lara cannot have a batting average of 6, so it just means he's not interested in playing this tournament.
I was also injured during that period of time, and I think no one knew how injured I was. I actually had a torn muscle in my shoulder, and was asked to play even though I was under that sort of strain, which I did. I did not do any help for me. I mean, my scores weren't there, but physically it was almost impossible for me to actually lift the bat and play in the manner that you need to play in a 2020 cricket game. Not making excuses because I'm sometimes accustomed to slumps, but it is a really difficult situation. I came here with the best intentions. I signed up a year ago with the best intentions, and I still feel that there's something that could be salvaged between the ICL and the IPL. I personally feel if the agendas are different, then both people could live in the same world. if they are conflicting, then there's going to be problems. But again, I'm just a player, so I don't know exactly what's going on.